Let us know what you're thinking about, what you're going through. It is still a pandemic, so mask up for sure. Changing of the weather, be sure to keep yourself warm and be sure to be involved. We've got a great conference, RIDE, Rolling Out Innovation Digital Entertainment Conference going on. And of course, I'm joined by Romeo International and Cass in the city. Happy birthday, Cass. It's still her birthday week, her birthday month, and her birthday year. She is such a wonderful young lady. We're really proud of her. She's a Howard graduate, and she makes us proud every single day. Dynamic smile, and of course, great look for all of us who know fashion. Cass is a fashion editor and really has an idea and an eye for what is getting ready to happen in the lives of all those out there. But just in case you don't know, Romeo has the social mix going on every single day, making it pop, knowing what's hot. It is all about Romeo International. So Rolling Out is coming live to you today on Facebook, on IG, and on YouTube. And we appreciate everybody who tunes into us. We're making it happen, and this is your moment. Good morning, Rolling Out AM.
The sun is shining, nice and bright, bright. The birds are chirping, and I'm ready to fly. Time to get ready for another day. No one can stop us. Oh, we gonna learn to play. Oh, every day we learn and play. We do our best, so we'll be great. You do your best, and I do mine. So let's get ready. Cause it's about that time. Good morning, you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning, time to wake. Good morning, dance and play. Good morning, start the day. Good morning, open your eyes. Good morning, from the sky. Good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning. You see me on my grind. Stars got to shine. I'm a supernova. Yeah, you see me taking over. Yeah, I'm on the move. I got a way to shine to. So let me hear you say, every day we gonna learn and play.
Hey, it's your day. It's that time. It's that place. You're here. We're Rolling Out AM. Wake up call. Wake up, everybody. It is that time. Put on your mind and adjust your findings inside your day. It is the superstars of the universe, the virtual verse. This is Cass in the city, and of course, Romeo International, and of course, we've got a black box starting our day. And of course, it doesn't mean that there's a cloud. There's a superstar behind the veil. So behind door number one, Cass in the city. Behind superstar, the superstar from the D, it is, of course, Portia Monique, who still has her mute button on. And then, of course, Romeo International. What's going on, everybody?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
It is Thursday. You made it to Thursday. Pat yourself on the back. You woke up, pat yourself on the back. And my voice is terrible. I'm losing my voice, but we here.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. Y'all had a great show yesterday. You got a great show today. The community is definitely up in arms. So trying to figure out what the next move is, who to actually get behind. So let's take all doubts out. Anybody voting for Kanye? Cass?
Nah.
That was good.
A lot going on with him.
I know somebody need to take his Twitter. Somebody, look, man. I don't understand. Like, I get it. You work for the man. He your friend. Y'all just let him run wild. Y'all letting Kanye run wild. Mm-hmm. Kanye called. Who did he call a racist yesterday?
Why are we talking about Kanye?
But no, he said.
Oh boy, J. Cole.
No, Forbes. He called the owner of the Forbes list a white supremacist.
Well, I'm looking for my stuff for my necklace that says vote, y'all. That's all I'm doing.
We're supposed to watch that.
So
That's what we're supposed to watch this
Looking
morning.
for my vote necklace.
I think we were talking about it. That's all. I'm excited. How does it feel to be able to vote for your own alumnus? That has to make all of us, I know it does me at HBCU, know that we're actually getting ready to vote for someone who's on the ticket that went to an HBCU, graduated from HBCU. How does that make you feel, Cass?
Yeah, definitely a big moment in history, an election that we'll remember. So definitely something we'll be able to, tell our children. Well, I'll be able to tell my children about. Definitely an exciting moment in history that there's an opportunity for them to do anything they want in this world, be a Black woman and be the vice president or potentially be the president one day.
I know, Cass, I was bored, so I needed a comedy show. I watched 45 do the news conference.
Oh yeah.
Who was it? ABC?
I saw yesterday as well.
If that wasn't the most entertaining shit I've ever seen. Like,
what happened, Romeo?
Every question that a woman or a Black person asked him, he danced around that question like he was on Dancing with the Stars. They asked about racism. They asked about fair equality. They asked about jobs. Everything he came up with was, well, this is what I've done for the Black race between this month and this month. Black people have had the best life ever.
Yeah, a lot of the conversation was about the pandemic, and obviously this vaccine is a lot of the talk that's going on right now, when it'll be available and whether mask is more effective or not. So that's a big part of the conversation as well right now.
Who's going to take the vaccine? Are y'all taking the vaccine?
They're saying that, and I don't know. I guess I need to research it before I open.
I'm going to answer the question. I know it was a yes or no question, Romeo. No. Right now, I won't be the first in line. Doesn't mean that I won't get vaccinated, but I definitely will not be the first in line. Give it a moment. I think particularly what was and that was a great question, Romeo, and I know Portia has something to say about it, but no to your answer. I won't be the first in line. The interesting thing, Kaz, was then the guy doubled down and said, well, the mask might be just as effective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be more effective, they said, actually.
Ooh, did you hear Kaz catch him? She's like, it might even be more effective. So I don't know that makes me stand in line when somebody comes back and says this might be more effective on the whole program about what it is.
They're still trying to figure it out, it seems, every day. So definitely mask up.
And you know what? I used to get it, like even when Obama was in office, I get it. You take on your predecessors, what they set in place, this, that, and the third. But you've just ignored a whole race of people, Black, brown, other. You have discredited, rudely put yourself out there building walls, making I'll say this, I hope I don't get in trouble, Mr. Steve, making white people feel safer. You made white people feel safer to speak their mind and just be loud, but you expect us to believe that you've done the world for us in your time in office? Come on, bro.
I think that he expects us to believe that, though. I think he's just saying that because he's a narcissist and he says whatever he wants to say to come out of his mouth for shock value. It might not even be for shock value. He might just believe it, but I don't think he expects us to believe nothing he says. And I really honestly don't think that he cares if we believe or even take into consideration anything that he says. He don't care.
Well, I mean, I think this is the moment that if you're not, as much as I see it and hear it, I really like to hear it in sound bites. So I really don't spend much time. If you spend time listening to Karen Hunter, the new book, Elizabeth Wilkerson's Cast, it kind of explains the whole concept. He has to play to keeping people who are very, very insecure about where they're going. If you're a coal miner, he's still trying to tell you you're going to be okay. And coal's not going to be the future. It is not going to be the new technology that whether it's a Gen X or a millennial comes up with that's going to save the world. That's not what they're thinking about. We're going to be figuring out how to create all these other energy sources. So you're going to be out of a job. If you're going to be a coal miner, it is not a 100-year-old job. That is not going to be real. So when we think about it in this moment of the pandemic, you definitely need to be studying your history. We can talk about it because it's important to understand why. His rationale is only play to his base so that he can keep the buffoonery. He's trying to fool them and keep them in place. So yeah, they've been able to go wild, but they've been going wild a long time. We had been silent. Much of the silence is, come on, y'all took to the streets. A whole generation of young people said, well, it ain't been that good. And these Confederate statues really need to come down. People had forgot all about that, Romeo. That was not on their agenda. Yeah. 2 years ago, come on, check it out. The NBA, as much as we love them now, the injustice was there then. The injustice has been here. So you've got an entire population of people that don't want anybody to ascend up. That's the issue. And everybody acts like they have no clue. He's not the only one. When you sit back and talk about 3 or 4 coaches in the NFL versus 32, come on. That and the teams are 60 and 70% Black. Come on. Those are facts.
Let me ask you this as a CEO, because you look at it different the way we look at it. So as a CEO, the Black people that spoke at the RNC or the Black dignitarians that speak up for him, does it make you feel a certain type of way? Because these are quote unquote Black representatives that are in power, who I try to figure out, do they actually believe in his what he's trying to say, or are they just a part of a political party?
I believe everybody works in their best interest, and if you are willing to be a individual that loves to be affected by a conservative agenda, because religion can push somebody to the other side. Somebody who just wants to believe that it's a religious issue. You've got many people, and the rationale of Black people, when you've been held down for many years, you know, you hear people giving quotes to Harriet Tubman, I could have freed a lot more people if they knew they were slaves. You got a whole generation, and we still have a whole culture that says for the culture, and we still trying to sell dope to each other. Like we're still selling things to each other that are really bad, that really cross the line. We're not, oh yeah, Romeo, wild out. Bring mom Corona. Just bring, who would say that to you? You know what I mean? Or, oh, Cass, go get in the protest for the company. Just go put yourself out. You got a lot of people that encourage us in our community to do things that we know are not uplifting our education, are not encouraging young people to become coders, are not telling young people that there will not be a cashier. In 10 years or 20 years, you will not walk in a store and there'll be a cashier. So being a cashier or a bank teller is not necessarily the job of the future, the skill set that you need to acquire, but we're caught up. And really Instagram is not necessarily the payday, because you're giving your culture away. It's a free gift. So I think that's the issue. I'm not surprised that people love the Republican Party. You know, that's not a surprise. We've always wanted parties, but you got to do they're doing what's in their best interest.
Nah, you're right. They add one more self-checkout line at Walmart, it's gonna be some problems. Like it's just, like right now, it's just check out yourself now.
Nah,
don't need you.
they try the Amazons try the whole store. Just what is it? Oh, okay. Click.
Yeah.
Log your credit card. Okay, you're with us. Boom. Scan. Walk out.
Yep.
We know what you got. We know what you picked up. So I think those are the issues that we're facing as a community. Just are we going to be honest about how our culture moves? We're a little still less than 5% of the whole GDP, gross national product, is affected by entertainment. So our excitement is on the wrong thing. Like we spent a whole long time and we love music, but at the end of the day, it's not what's making people rich. Our value for consumerism is way over. We're over indexing on things that really aren't valuable to us. And we just got to become more insulated in this moment in the pandemic to become the individual groups who prefer to actually preserve our culture. That's true. That I love you and Cass, and I want to see y'all be bigger. I love you and the family and Black family. And I want it to be bigger. Those are different issues. And it's a tough thing for us to talk Black a lot. Because people say, well, I have white friends. Well, we want you to have them, but that doesn't mean you lose your culture.
Do you think, should we have, I know this is a touchy subject, Cass, you can jump in. Should we have adopted China's theory on education? Like how every one of their students has a laptop. Like how they treat education as a primary source of learning over anything. And, you know, they regulate, not say regulate, but they have television cutoff times. They have internet search restrictions and stuff like that, because if you're in middle school to high school, your main focus is just education, period. So, and I've noticed that even when over at Georgia Tech, you know, those foreign students, they're above the curve. I can't even front. Like
if your perceived power, and I know you asked Cass, but if your perceived power is knowledge, then the quest is to get the knowledge. If your education will take you out of poverty, they don't have to be told. If education will make it so and I think it's not just China, I think it's any country like India. You got the whole idea of math and science. But if you have culture coders who are coding culture and are not saying be an engineer and it's not cool, and yet we admire the biggest people we think of just think of our billionaires. Our billionaires are not necessarily in the industries of the multi-billionaire. So if you got 20 million Black people on IG, does that mean, or 10 million or 5 million, should we really be on IG, or should we be on our own WeChat, our own Rolling Out app? Which one should we be on if we're just doing funny things? Should we be giving our culture to them for free and then getting $1,000 check? Or should we be creating value in our own system? Like, we gotta love ourselves and understand the game. It's a free, you're literally working every day on Snapchat. When you spend 4 or 5 hours on Snapchat, you are working, you are picking their cotton. And at the end of the day, if that's not where we want to be as a culture, like Roland said, why is your conversation about something that you're not going to get paid for? Why is your conversation about something that's not going to uplift you? You've got to study. Those kids that come here, they come to win. Winning is not being famous to them. You know, winning is being able to have a skill set to invent a glue that'll work to hold the kidney in place or replace somebody's lost a kidney. Somebody is really trying to figure out how to come up with a way to preserve or create a new kidney, body parts, so that elderly will live longer. People that have diabetes and lose their kidney will be able to find kidneys. Those are the dreams, but those aren't the dreams of our songs right now. And I think those are the songs that our community would be encouraging our youth to do. I mean, to come up with dream for this, dream science. You wouldn't be having whole cultural emulation of my name comes from some Italian mobster. My name would come from some king that literally discovered something. We would have more children named George Washington Carver, and I'm just using that. Or you would know that you named your kid Drew because it was Charles Drew who created something that every human benefits from. So it's just a study of and a new love for ourselves. If nothing out of this movement, if you ain't loving Black people more today, you've lost your mind. Like, you know, if you're not insulating yourself to really understand how great we are and put something in, put some new skin in the game, you know, it's a new movement. I'm so proud of Carrie healing.
Yeah.
You know, when she comes in and she's not just doing it for herself. She ain't just healing herself. It's got the whole energy healing the whole universe, healing a whole city. You know, when people talk about one city, she like, no, not here in the D. We getting better. Y'all might not know it, but we know it. And so you can find yoga here. And we have kids that are traumatized and we're healing our babies. And you got addicts that are literally there at the Detroit Recovery Project doing healthy, alternative, inclusive. So if you're addicted, yes, we know you're a little depressed. So we're going to give you healthy services. We're not going to just treat your addiction with somebody fed you some cocaine that did not grow in Detroit. And then all of a sudden we're going to sit here and we're going to give you something for the depression so you can have a full, holistic approach to how you heal. Not just treat your addiction so then you can get depressed because your economics are not right. No, we're going to give you the whole thing. And so for us, it's a new approach because we now know we've got to serve our brothers and sisters holistically. We can't just treat a symptom of you were depressed and got addicted to a substance that somebody brought into your city that nobody figures out how they can do that.
Hello.
But everything else.
Exactly.
Well, you didn't answer.
Somebody say amen. Somebody say amen. Because
they don't say that in church. They really don't talk about recovering
people. They don't. But
amen. I'm on. Yes.
What you want?
Yes. Yes. So we are great. Anything
great.
affirmative to a positive situation for the whole community. Because I don't want you to. 40% of the new generation aren't even in church. They're just spiritual, and that's where they find hope in having a guiding principle, a spirit of love and respect. Hey, Carrie.
Hey, listen, guys, I'm so happy to enter this conversation about education and love because we also need to teach kids and even adults how to love on themselves. How do you even take care of yourselves and show yourself some care and love and attention? And I think that, you know, it needs to start with the kids. That's why we have this whole Yoga for Youth program. Imagine if we all had learned early on how to deal with our stress and depression and our emotions and being able to regulate them. Just imagine that, you know? You look at the violence in our community, and I think a lot of that is because people are very emotional and have not learned how to channel all of that energy, that passion. So when someone challenges them or something happens that they don't like, what do we end up finding? You know, ourselves in these violent situations, people being very reactive. So yes, Romeo, we need more education like the Chinese. We need year-long education. When I lived in Korea, kids went to school all year long. They were serious about their education. And a piece of that education, it wasn't just all academics, right? How do you love yourself? Teaching kids how to breathe, teaching kids how to stretch, because our mind is contained in this temple, our bodies. So we have to take care of it and allow it to be balanced.
It's so funny you said that. I was watching on TV. It was late. I couldn't sleep. I was watching something called Building Blocks. And these Asian people were building a boat. But the CEO, every morning, this is what they did. The CEO, before he came into the office, everybody did a 10-minute like stretching session in the parking lot. Like they doing yoga stretches together in the parking lot before they go into the office building. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing?
That. I think we should do that. Yeah.
It was a part of their. It was a part of their.
They take the entire company. You know, if it's a cheap trip and everybody got one sandwich and one fish and one piece of fruit, they go and sit at a pond and just look so that there's unity and they can understand that they can be together and that things will get better. I mean, it's a programmatic approach to holistic living, that you are only here for a moment, and that what you give this earth allows the next generation or your culture to move forward or not. So our gifts to ourselves and our culture, we are taught to fight against each other. That is a gift. The hold somebody down. That's what a caste system is. I don't want you to be better. And so that you're not surprised by that. And so, yeah, you have the issues. People are like, we need to deal with ourselves in a holistic, loving way.
Yeah, we have to deal with ourselves, which is so hard to do, which is why a lot of times in meditation or serious meditation practices like Vipassana. Have any of you heard of Vipassana?
Oh.
So Vipassana is one where you observe the sensations in your body. So you feel how you feel without reacting to it. You just observe it, every single inch of your body, to notice where there's pain, where there's tension. So later you can like work that out. But they recommend that you don't come if you are depressed, because when you really sit with yourself, all sorts of stuff starts to come up. And if you've experienced some trauma or you're seriously depressed, that can come up, and it can cause a lot of reactions, physiological reactions. And people have left during Vipassana. It's 3 days or it's 10 days, and you sit there for 3 to 10 days in complete silence. You don't talk to anyone. You don't even look at anyone, because you know we can talk with our eyes, right? There's body language. So you don't even look at anyone, so you can maintain that inward focus. So you can work to just sit with yourself and strengthen your mind. So I really love that you said sitting with yourself, because a lot of us, we can't look and see what's going in. We're trying to escape. We're drinking, we're smoking, we're partying. We're not sitting with what's really going on within us, or dealing with things that has happened in our past. So I love that you brought that up.
Hold up. How long is this? You said 10 days.
You said 3 or 10 days.
Yeah, sorry, you have to do
the other thing is,
I
it's
don't know,
not
we
like
can make it one
outside
day.
stimulation is actually making you better. So whatever you put into yourself, it actually has a reaction. So even when you can't sleep, that's a time to meditate. It's not a time to turn on more noise for the mind. It's actually saying, well, let me actually listen to a meditation. Let me take a guided inside look on how I can calm my spirit down. Because it's not about tuning in, it's about tuning out, so that then you can really tune in. You know, it's about letting your body know that it's that time to heal. You know, we can't, when you don't sleep, you can't heal.
True. What do you guys think about hip hop? I know this is a little bit random, but when you talk about feeding your spirit, right? What do you all think about hip hop in terms of feeding your spirit and your mind?
I think it's a plus.
What era? What era? 90s hip hop all day long. Trap hip hop, can't stand it. Hate it. Actually, I do, because my boys listen to it, and it's all they bopping all the time, and they talking about sex and drugs and money and weed and this fictional lifestyle for some, allegedly. But I think it just it's programming the young kids' minds to think that that's okay, and that's the life that they should be striving to live towards. Today's generation of hip hop, I think.
It's past that point. What are you talking about? It went from selling drugs to using drugs to drugs is cool. Right now, drugs are cool. I hate to say it like that, but drugs are cool right now. And the perception is, if you haven't tried or using drugs right now and you're listening to rap music, then you lame, you whack, you out of touch.
So Munson and Cass, I asked this for everybody because we have hip hop yoga. It's one of our fundraisers. And a lot of yoga people have asked, like, how do you incorporate that? Because of what Munson said, you're feeding your spirit with these really negative lyrics. But for me, I think we got to take control of our own narrative. Portia, I love that you said which era of hip hop, right? Because hip hop didn't start off negative. So it's like, you guys might think hip hop is all bad, but our goal is to put a positive spin on that and play all the good, uplifting hip hop that makes people have fun, because I think that's what we really need right now. We're going through a lot, so we need to move our bodies. We need to come together. We need to have fun. So we're having a socially distanced hip hop yoga here, a silent disco. It's at Eastern Market on Sunday.
Damn.
Yes.
Okay. I want to come. Okay.
Nice.
If you're free, it's at Shed 4 or Shed 5 at 4 o'clock. But I know a lot of people feel differently about hip hop and how do you mix that with yoga because it's something positive. But I think it's up to us to just keep changing the narrative and shining the light on the positive parts of our culture because it's definitely like Detroit's best rapper, or let me not say best before people start coming from the line, but
it's okay. Yes, best rapper.
Represent. You can
Best
represent.
But Big Sean, he has a
New album.
He's so good, isn't it?
Yes.
Homie,
Man,
how are you doing that?
Big Sean, all right. He all right.
Don't engage, Carrie. Don't engage. It's fine.
Can't engage.
And Big Sean Carrie actually, talks about some of the things he's dealt with, with mental health, and he's very in tune with. He's gotten into yoga and meditation and a lot. So definitely shout out to Big Sean.
Big Sean got into meditation because Janae told him to get into meditation. So now he all spiritual.
It doesn't matter. He's healing himself. That's
Still doing it.
all that matters.
What are you doing, Cass? Yes.
Healing
We'll
himself.
be playing that Big Sean Zen the F out because that's exactly how you feel after yoga. So much better, and it feels good to do it to a beat. So thanks, Big Sean, and all the people out there making some uplifting.
Right.
But I will say this: I listen to all types of music. I don't judge people on their music. I just account it to their era. You know what I'm saying? Like to who they are. Like I didn't watch Gladys Knight and Aretha.
Cancel him, Ashley.
Aretha.
It was not Aretha.
Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle.
Aretha from Detroit.
Get him out of here.
There was Aretha.
But
they said Aretha was looking down from heaven like, y'all have us.
But I watched Brandy and Monica, and I say that to the point of the music today as a DJ. I'll admit, do I have to spin it? Yeah. Do I have to like what I spin? No. But if the culture is for it, I gotta be for it. That's just what it is.
I think that's the cultural like it's not necessarily people haven't hacked our culture. Our culture has taken commercial hack, and they put people in and funded people that will definitely infiltrate what is in our culture. We're constantly getting hacked by individuals who are coding things into our culture that are not our culture. So, we have an opportunity, even in this moment, to begin to insulate and study. That's what everybody's saying. Study some yoga, study Martin Luther King, get a little closer to Malcolm X. Know why Ida B. Wells is the real woman. Understand what Patty's singing when she's saying it, but get closer to your culture. When you sit back and you say, well, I learned one more breathing practice, or I'm actually gonna breathe through my nose when I sleep and understand that, or I'm gonna meditate in the morning and I'm gonna meditate before I start my day, then you're telling yourself something new. Mm-hmm. So it's not about the culture. What they say in the name of the culture, I will never believe in the name of the culture, dope selling is good. I will never say that is something. I'm never going to allow them to say hip hop and drugs are the same. And that's what they would love to say. But you don't have to listen to hip hop and get high. You can actually listen to hip hop and enjoy a yoga dance. It's the beats of the music. We can just listen to some hip hop beats and appreciate it. I think those are the things that they would like as they continue to invade our space by proposing things that are negative for a generation. And sometimes we haven't said to them, you know what, you're selling us garbage. Mm-hmm. We want to be liked so much. We want to be liked so much.
So let me ask you,
what price will you pay to be famous?
Carrie, you started this. This is your fault. And Melinda, I see you on Facebook. My fault, Patti LaBelle. But let me ask you this: if drug culture was not broadened by hip hop, where did it switch at? Because this is what I remember. And Portia can jump in on this because she probably was in love with these people. So I remember.
Don't be trying to age me. Don't be.
Hold on. I remember LL Cool J, Will Smith. LL Cool J, Will Smith, and then it switched. So when did it switch?
I know switch.
Gangster rap.
Right. It was hip hop. It was gangster rap. Right. Gangster rap. It was hip hop. Everybody was all lovey-dovey, and then it was drugs, police, crime, being hood. We perpetuated that.
No, somebody financed it.
Right, I was just gonna say somebody financed that, promoted that.
Finance it though. Don't believe that there wasn't. I mean, we participated in the slave trade,
right.
brother.
Yeah.
It isn't like they didn't pay somebody in Africa to come in and conquer another country. I mean, literally, we participated in the slave trade. We participated in the drug trade against our brother. You know, we've got to decide. We participate in throwing trash in our own neighborhoods. We participate in that. You know, it's a reality. You know, that's what oppression and oppressors do. They make liquor available on every corner. You know, they create a whole stores in a community.
But Romeo, I do agree with you though. Like, I do think rap has probably broadened it, like, because rappers talk about what they experience. A lot of them are pretending, as Portia said, but I think back then when the shift happened, they were rapping about their actual experiences, like Snoop and some of those guys. But I do think because of the money that people thought they could make, they're like, oh, I'm just going to say this and we're going to keep promoting this. But it's all because of money. I don't think it's because of like our culture or us just being that way. It's just money, sadly.
Thank you, Carrie.
Only people that are still wearing gold around our necks. I mean,
Carrie just said it.
I'm like, hold on.
Carrie just said it.
It's like I got a chain on.
They're not one chain, Cass. It's 5 chains and 35 carats.
I'm just playing.
And it has to be at least $250,000. And talking about, you know, Balenciagas, you guys spend $400 on tennis shoes and other things.
I don't do that though.
Carrie just hit it on the head. It went from culture to lifestyle.
Well, I think it went from lifestyle to culture and then back. Like, I think it really started with the lifestyle, because when you think about the origins of it, they were singing about what they knew. They were singing about what they lived. I mean, even when you go back to the movie that came out about NWA, they were singing about, or not singing, but rapping about what they were living, you know? So, I mean, when you go back as far as NWA, they was talking about F the police.
Yes, on Portia, so that they can.
I talked to Ice Cube already. Me and Ice Cube like this. Go check my receipts. I talked to Ice Cube. I'm just letting you know.
We're talking about on the show right here.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna do a litmus test. You know, we know you want to figure out how to do it, but I think Carrie clearly they've changed the name. Like, how can country music have 2 award shows and we don't have 1 award show for our own selves? Where's ours?
It's called BET.
It's
called BET.
Yeah.
You know, they're owned by Viacom, and we love BET. I said country westerns too. We're number 1 on the Billboard, and we don't have two shows.
Mm.
And to Munson's point, they get primetime television. Every award show outside of BET gets primetime television. Live on ABC, NBC, CBS, the so-and-so awards. BET Awards is just live on BET.
They got the CBS this time. They're owned by, they own CBS now. So actually we're there. And they got a great team. I mean, Lewis Carr does a great job over there. Been there selling for a long time. So they're good things that come out of that. But we have to have more, and we have to have our own. I mean, I think it's really important that we have our own. The whole Byron Allen talking about, let's have more of our own. I think it's important. And we're in that moment. I think we're in that moment that this is a moment for us to redefine what we call culture and who is coding the right thing. And are you hacking our culture? And are you putting the wrong things in the minds and making bigger and better demands? We got the demands of our souls, things that will last for the next 5, 10 generations spiritually.
Carrie, see what you started?
Carrie,
Every time you come
down. We need to breathe.
Zen out.
Hold on, I am breathing, Portia. I feel good thinking about how strong our community is. These are good things. These are healing words as we affirm our greatness. And, you know, just thinking that Cass has a whole alumnus that's going to be on the ticket. I mean, that makes me feel good every day to wake up and know that there's an HBCU alum on a ticket.
Yeah.
And she's not acting like she's not Black.
I'm voting for Cass. She wear Tim's. She wear Tim's.
Not
Cass.
acting like she. Okay.
She got off the plane in some Tim's. I ain't never seen a presidential candidate and some Nikes and some Tim's except Obama. Come on.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, losing my voice. I apologize, Carrie. I'm losing my voice. So.
This was a good combo. I'm always grateful to be here. Just want to end on inviting you all. I know Portia's here and Romeo and Cass, maybe you'll visit Detroit next summer, but when we're all COVID-free. But the last of our outdoor classes that are offered by the Detroit Pistons are over this week. So if you're in Detroit, I hope to see you. Our summer has gone by so quickly, but let's enjoy the very last bit of it together on the court. And you can check out our class schedule at yoganicflow.com. And do we have time for a breathing exercise?
Absolutely.
Please.
We need to, what you say, zen out, zen the F out. Yeah.
Yes, we're going to get our big shine on real quick and take a moment to cultivate a little zen within ourselves. Romeo, this is one you could do to wake yourself up. We're going to have a little fun. I've been feeling so fun today. I think it's just because hip hop yoga is coming up, but it's something called lion's breath. So are you guys ready to play around with this, Munson? I wish you would get back on and do this with us.
Come on, Munson.
So funny. But basically,
I cannot stay, but I will definitely do it another day, my love.
Okay.
Everything you give every week. I love the healing that you're doing in Detroit and on our platform here at Rolling Out. Yoganic Flow is the bomb. So I am with you in spirit, and gotta get on and make this ride happen. Make sure that you have Carrie doing something to ride, Portia.
Okay, absolutely.
Absolutely. Thanks, Carrie.
Thank you. I just think Munson looks too cool today to do this next thing that we're about to do. I should have never gave him a disclaimer. I should have just said, let's just get into it, right? He's way too cool for what we're about to do. But it's really fun. It's called Lion's Breath, and you kind of have to be uninhibited to do this. You will be opening your mouth, but this gives you some energy. So first, I'll just tell you, fill up your body. You breathe in as much air as you can until you can't sip in any more air. And then you make a sound like a lion as you're expelling the air, like, right? You let it all out. So don't be shy. Let's all put your hand on your belly. If we were on the floor, you could put your hands on the floor and then come forward like a lion. But since we're in the chair, we'll just do this version. You can place your hands on your lap or your belly. Take a deep breath in, fill up. Open your mouth and let it out. That was a test run. Even Portia was like, I gotta go. I'm not doing this. But guys, it is energizing. It's revitalizing. So I invite you to try it one more time. Cass and Romeo, thanks for hanging in there with me.
I'm trying.
You guys got this. You could Google this too, lion's breath. I really encourage you all to try this at home. It looks silly, but you'll feel good after and revitalized. Let's all take a deep breath in.
I see you, Brittany, Alexis.
Through your nose. Open your mouth. Let it go. have to work with our lion's breath, but thank you, Cass.
You know, you gotta try it.
I lost my voice. It's hard.
Yeah. Every time I exhale, it's like a laugh, kind of.
Which is good. It's all healing, all therapeutic. But thank you for having me here. It's always good to be here.
Thank you.
That was it, Carrie?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
I left right on time. That's funny. Got you back.
So I ran and got my coffee, but I was trying to come back and do the breathing.
Romeo, like, well, we're gonna do the line again when everybody's here.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Lies, Portia lies.
Talking to Brittany, Alexis. Hey, girl. Hey, Brittany. Don't be speaking to my friend, though.
Shout out to Jessica Johnson. I would love to stop in Detroit. Shout out to hold on, I'm scrolling. Bilbo in the building. Kathleen Collins.
Hey, Kathy.
D Shields. Hey, what's your name? Nathan Westcott. I have no clue what you was talking about, brother. But hey, shout out to you and everybody else. And Melinda, stay off of me. Okay, Patty LaBelle, I got you. Disrespectful.
Don't be disrespectful, Romeo.
Get it right.
They the same person. Patty, whoever else, Jehovah's Witness, all of them. Let's go. Ooh.
Brittany is my friend. Don't be speaking to my friend. Brittany, don't speak to Romeo on Facebook, Brittany.
See you, Brittany. I'm gonna leave you a comment.
Oh, I'm leaving it now.
What we got? Welcome to the Rona AM Morning Show. Portia Monique, Kansas City, me, and we about to into Cass's report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To it.
I see you, girl.
Into it. First up, we have Carrie Washington. Big shout outs to her. She won her first Emmy the other day. It was for an outstanding variety special. As you know, she's dibbled and dabbled in executive production. She did ABC's Live in front of the studio audience, all in the family and good times. So shout out to her. Big ups to Carrie Washington. Definitely like to see Black women in these executive production roles as directors and things such as that. So big ups to her.
I'm a big fan. I'm a very big fan of hers. Ever since the movie, I can't think of the name of it. There was a movie that she did, was sort of like a play where her son was killed by a police officer.
It was called something Son.
American Son.
Native
Son. It was Native Son, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes, that was very good.
Oh, I thought it was Native Son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what does it take to win an Emmy? Because she's only been Olivia Pope for how many years?
Yeah.
Like that wasn't Emmy worthy. I don't understand. What's the criteria?
I definitely agree. And she also played a good role in a recent series, Little Fires Everywhere, with Reese.
I love that.
With Reese Witherspoon.
So what did she win an Emmy for?
She was for producing on this series. It was for an outstanding live performance or something like that. So yeah, it definitely is exciting to see her at least get an Emmy for this, but definitely we want to see people get Emmys for their main roles.
But okay, so I'm being serious because I don't know. Can you get an Emmy for being on like cable TV, or is it just regular TV? Anybody know?
Emmy, I think Emmys are more cable, streaming, and movie.
But it's for daytime TV, or like not daytime, but just TV.
Okay, maybe the producers could put it up for us.
Creative arts.
Plus, I see you, Kathleen. I think she won a Golden Globe too for Olivia. Yeah, she won a Golden Globe. So
it say American TV, but it doesn't necessarily distinguish between cable and, regular TV.
So the Emmy Awards recognizes excellence within various areas of television and emerging media. Mm-hmm. The Emmy Awards are administered by 3 sister organizations which focus on various sectors of television and broadband programming. Television Academy, Primetime, National Academy of Television, Arts and Sciences, Daytime Sports, News and Documentary, and International Academy of Television, Arts and Sciences. So those are the segments that receive. They're able.
Okay, well, I'm just saying she's been Olivia Pope for years now. Like we know her by Olivia Pope, and I just don't understand why it took him so long to give her an Emmy. And then she didn't even win an Emmy for. She won an Emmy for producing. So
yeah. So yeah, we hopefully maybe that's the direction she's going in. But she's definitely a great actress, and we want her to be recognized as such.
Yep.
Next, we have some big news. Rihanna fans are demanding on Twitter that she be named as the Queen of Barbados. Not sure if you guys have heard, but the country, which is, British ruled, Queen Elizabeth, obviously head of state, is decided they will now become a republic next fall. So in lieu of this information, Twitter is all about Rihanna, who is obviously probably the most famous person from Barbados. They're saying they would like her to be the queen of the country. So this was
all hail Queen Rihanna.
Right. Let Rihanna be the queen of Barbados.
When they call Beyonce the queen, it's a show of respect. It's not real, people. You cannot name Rihanna the queen of those.
The difference is that country is ruled by a queen. So obviously in America, we don't have parliament and that kind of rule. So it's a little different here. We have presidents, but hey, there will be another head of state in that title. So shout out to Rihanna if she's, interested in that. I doubt she will go back to Barbados and become the queen, but she's
she can do it all.
She definitely can. I don't know if you have to stay there, I guess not, because Queen Elizabeth doesn't live in Barbados, so definitely probably possible.
Mm-hmm.
They're like saying, hey, Portia's the queen of Detroit. I'm not going to Detroit. I'm not moving to Detroit. Portia's the queen of Detroit.
Somebody go get my crown.
Your scepter.
Yes. I got a wine scepter right here, y'all. Saddle Heights Wine. They sponsored the wine up Sunday. Rodney Foster, we see you.
And that's why she can't be Detroit.
This is coffee. This is coffee.
Wine scepter.
This is my wine scepter. Sorry, y'all.
Can y'all see Portia making room for the wine in her hand? Look, too long. What? No. Somebody get Portia.
All right. What else we got, y'all?
Up next, we have some big news in sports. The Big Ten will be returning this football season. After it was initially announced that they would be postponing and not playing due to COVID-19, they decided that it's going to happen.
They decided they wanted money. Sorry.
That's probably what it's all about, because the Big Ten is one of the, largest conferences, definitely bringing in a lot of money. So all those football fans, you can
ready
be a little excited about that. But
I do like football. I just don't like it in the face of we have to expose all these people, with COVID.
Yes.
You cannot, as a parent, sit there and banter with me about playing high school sports or college sports right now. Like I get it. Your son is the star, but you're not getting NFL or NBA regulations. You getting college regulations, and y'all ain't even getting paid to be there. Number one.
So as a parent of high schoolers, I have 2 high schoolers in the home. We do go to practice. And initially, so practice for, first off, let me just put this out there. The kids are not attending in-person classes. So they're not doing that. But they still have activities going on in terms of like you'll see the cheer team out there exercising, you'll see the basketball team out there, you'll see the football team out there. Now, initially, I was against them going because of everything that's going on. But once I got there and I see that they use the air thermometer to take people's temperature, I see that when they're standing around, they do have on masks. Of course, they can't have on their masks while they're running because they're cross country training or doing something else. And then my youngest, he's practicing for basketball, and the oldest is doing baseball. But there are some things in place to where they're not just hugging each other and and convenience and trying to spread other stuff, but they do check them. So that was the thing that I was concerned about, because I wasn't taking them to practice. Their dad was taking them to practice, and I was like, I'm good on that because I'm not contributing to that. But once I started taking them to practice, I saw that they were social distancing. They were using the thermometers. Nobody at practice has a temperature, so they're putting some things in place. Now, I'm not saying that they're actually going to go and play the games. They do have a cross country match or whatever they call it. That's coming up in a couple of weeks, but that's social distance type of sports, right? So
yeah, I mean, if you're going to do it, I think the outdoor environment is much better than being inside of a space. And like you said, cross country, you're not near each other. You're out in the open running. So
and their practices are all outside. So when you pull up to the school, you'll see the basketball team over here, the football team is over here, the cheer team is over there. They all have on masks if they're not doing rigorous training and that type of thing. So
this is why. Okay, so I'm with you, Portia, only because you get to physically see it. That's your child's inside bubble. You get to see what goes on inside that bubble. What I'm talking about is the other team they got to play. Because that other team ain't in their bubble. You don't know what they doing, what their regulations are, this, that, and the third. At least with the NBA, everybody's in the same bubble. Everybody's getting the same regulations, right? NFL, everybody's in the same bubble. Everybody's getting the same regulation. My concern is what happens when that basketball player, that track player, your school is doing what they're supposed to do. Is that other school doing the same thing? That's the scary part.
Right. And thus far, I do not know if they're going to actually have games, right? So they might just have the kids conditioning and active and making sure that they're working out and doing this type of thing. But they haven't said if they're going to actually play the games. So we'll see. That has yet to be determined. But they did come out and say here a couple of days ago that the kids don't have to do homework and that they're cutting the school days in half. So it's no longer 8-hour days. They only got to go to class for 4 hours out the day. I was happy about that. I know some of the parents with smaller kids are ecstatic about that, but it's the new norm. Like Iris said, this is the new norm. So
do you let them play? Hold up. Not to put you on the spot. If they say, hey, we're gonna have a game day, do you let them play?
I will have to see the type of precautions that they're taking in terms of on game day, right? So you don't know what that other school is doing. You don't know what that other family is doing. But if on game day, everyone has to get scanned, like everyone, not just the players, but people coming in and all of that, the coaches and everyone, I will have to see about that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna send out a blanket, no, y'all can't play, but if they're getting tested,
then
okay.
I rock with that.
Yeah, definitely. And before I get into these birthdays, I wanted to, talk a little bit about the hurricane, Hurricane Sally, which is definitely tearing up Florida, Alabama right now. I don't know if you guys have heard anything, but it's causing a lot of flooding. People's houses are being, underwater, threatening the southeast with torrential rains, the extreme flooding, down power lines in Florida and Alabama. So a lot of streets have been turned into, they look like rivers right now. So it, came ashore as Category 2 hurricane. Obviously, we're in hurricane season right now, and there's a lot going on already. So this kind of displacement of people is really unfortunate during the time where we're dealing with a pandemic. We definitely want to keep them in our prayers, because to be displaced and not know where you're going to, go in this time is pretty scary.
Is our president doing anything? Oh, never mind.
He's deflecting.
No, I don't.
He's definitely deflecting. He's gonna act like he don't see it.
Yeah. So it'll be headed to Central Georgia. So that's another thing as well, maybe into the Carolinas. So we definitely want to keep everybody in our prayers. If you're in an evacuation zone, I always say try to get out if you can, because it's not worth your life.
Johnny Cross just said prayers for guidance, strength, and support is what will get us through.
Yes.
Thank you, Johnny. Connie. That was Connie. Thank you, Connie.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
More than ever.
We got balloons. The cake is
yes. We got some birthdays today. Let's get into it. Patrick Mahomes. Birthday, Flo Rida and Danielle Brooks. Shout out to them and everybody else celebrating today.
I like Danielle Brooks. She just recently had a baby, but she was also known for playing, what the hell was her name in Orange is the New Black? Tasty. It wasn't Tasty. What was her name, y'all? I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all in a minute after the birthday song.
We got balloons, yeah. The cake is on the way. We got the music playing, cause it's your holiday. Woo! We invited family, and everybody came. I strike a pose for me like you in a picture frame. You got your finest clothes on, and $1 million smile. So we gon' celebrate you for a while. And don't forget we got the candles. When you away, don't forget we got the candles. Happy birthday, gonna celebrate you for a while. Candles, blowing you away. Wait. Candles. Happy birthday, happy, yeah.
So, what was her name, y'all? Y'all can't remember. I'll tell y'all in a minute.
Nobody knows who Tasty is. Nobody knows.
Y'all didn't watch Orange is the New Black? How could you not?
Not like that.
Oh my God. I'm about to tell y'all.
Oh man. So I guess Ashley gonna tell us. I guess we'll jump into the social report while that's going on. Or no, Ashley, what we doing? Shout out to our producer Ashley, man. Lately she been on her game.
She always on her game. Don't be trying to relegate her to lately. Okay.
I say lately. So this is the Rolling Out Social Report. This is what we're gonna start with. This is the funniest shit ever. Roy Jones Jr. is now having second thoughts about fighting Mike Tyson. He said, I made a mistake going in this with him. Mike Tyson is still one of the strongest, most explosive people who've ever touched the boxing ring. If anything, I made a mistake going in with him. He's a bigger guy. He is the explosive guy. He's gonna have all the first round fireworks, not me. Sir, the man fought a shark, sir.
He better sit down. Sit down. Like you love your life enough to sit. You good. What? You got enough shine.
Yeah, I don't know. Mike Tyson, those videos, he still got it.
Man, hey, and the man fought a shark for training. Hey, brother.
He definitely did.
You weren't gonna win. You weren't gonna win, period, after that. So shout out to Roy George Jr. for having common sense. Next up,
shout out.
Where we going? And this is what me and Portia was just talking about. So let me tell you how, if I was a parent, how these ass whoopings would come out, Cass. Almost 30 teenagers have to quarantine after parents sent their child to a Massachusetts school despite knowing that their kid was COVID-19 positive, according to Altbury Borough Public Schools. Basically, these kids were already COVID-19 and the parents knew. And they sent their kid to the school on purpose, thinking that just because their kid got a mask on, he's not going to affect any other student. Well, look what the fuck you did. Excuse my language, I slipped out. Look what you did. Your son went to school, took off his mask in class, started talking, and got the whole class sick.
You don't know if he took off his mask in class, Romeo. Don't be saying that. They said they
allegedly. Okay, allegedly. Okay, Portia, you a parent. You come home and your son tell you, Mama, little Timmy done gave me COVID-19, and then 2 days later you found out that his mama knew. Wait, what's Portia doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Would they be liable for charges, like for knowingly doing something like that? This is where we need like a Terry or a Mir to say, somebody pull that up to see if they could be actually charged for something like that. Can they?
They're gonna be charged with the ass whooping you give this kid.
They're gonna
mama.
be charged with the ass whooping.
I can see Portia. Y'all can fall for this makeup and pretty stuff. I can see Portia right now at this school talking about who is this person's parent.
I'm not gonna clap my hands. Don't be making me out to be one of them parents to be like, hold up.
Now Portia on Detroit News because she done whooped some parents' ass for sending they, like, how irresponsible is that? Like, how irresponsible
that is.
Ridiculous. Hey,
you know this kid is not gonna keep on his mask all day when he's around his friends. Come on now.
Can y'all check to see if Altborough, Massachusetts, what's the majority of the people who attend school there? Are they African Americans? Are they Caucasian? I'm just curious.
I'll pull that up.
Massachusetts.
Altborough, Massachusetts. I'm just curious. Because I don't think they're doing nothing like that. But go ahead. Okay.
No, you come on. You know, you ain't. First of all, you know, to give you credit, Portia, you're not one of those new age moms. Like Cassidy's mama is a mama. My mama is a mama. Like, you know, I told you to do this. This is what you're supposed to do. It ain't no debate. It ain't no conversation. My mama ain't trying to be my friend. Like, we ain't kicking it, you know? So there's no way a real parent is going to be like, you put my child in danger. And on top of that, you knew that your child was sick. Oh, yeah, get the ass whooped, man. You got to get the ass whooped.
Anyway.
So,
hopefully, everyone's able to recover fully.
Yeah. Last up for all my Apple people, and make sure you update to the iOS 14. It came out yesterday. If you need help, I'll show you Cass and Portia. But Apple Watch is doing something dope. Singapore is going to reward residents hundreds of dollars to use the health app. Basically, they are encouraging users to exercise. And if you exercise and you complete these tasks every week, you will receive $280 a week.
I need that.
If you complete these health exercises on your Apple Watch. So here's the hook. You join the health app, they're going to give you a 7-day fitness journey that you have to go walking, running, a number of sit-ups, a number of push-ups, cycling. And if you reach your goal within those 7 days, you will receive on your Apple Pay $280.
I need that.
Dope.
What I gotta do? I got the health app on my phone. I got it on my watch. What do I have to do?
You gotta work out. Number one.
I work out. I work out sometimes.
Yeah. Let's start with that. So there, but basically, Portia, if you already have your Apple Watch, they're going to be releasing the details this weekend because they plan on putting it in motion on Monday. So I heard it's an extensive list, though. I heard it's an extensive list, but you get paid for it. So, hey.
All right.
But this is in Singapore, right? You said Singapore?
They're doing they're going to test it in Singapore first. So it's probably not going to get to us until probably like November.
Okay.
November, who's giving the money out?
Apple.
Oh,
Apple and Nike. Apple and Nike.
Okay, Apple.
That's cool.
I'm be working my ass off.
All right, y'all. We got are we done with the social report?
We are done with the social report.
Okay.
And make sure we keep Portia out of jail.
Please, y'all. My babies need me. Okay, so listen, y'all, we got a new segment. Today in Black History, Hampton University was founded in 1868. Now, Cass, this is where you're supposed to say the other HU.
Shout out to all HUs, definitely the other, but shout out. A lot of great people attend Hampton. They have some good programs.
Have you guys ever visited Hampton's campus?
It's on the water. It's very pretty.
Beautiful. Yes, 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 yes. I wanted to go there just because of that, because it was on the beach. Well, they had a beach or whatever. So anyway.
I've been to a party there and I've been to a party at Gremlin. Now I tell you this, Gremlin parties, woo, woo.
GS, you. I thought you knew. Y'all know nothing about that. Yes, we might be in a little small country hick town, but
yeah.
What? Gremlin. I will say this, Gremlin. I've been to Howard, Cass. Y'all all right. Howard reminds me of walking on Spelman campus for some reason.
What? I love Howard. Now I would do Howard's homecoming before I did Gramblin's homecoming. I'm just saying historically. I have not been to a Grambling homecoming in a while because it takes a minute to get to Grambling. Like you got to take a couple of planes and then you got to drive. So I'm cool on that. Right.
How many planes you have to take?
A couple.
Wow.
You got to take a couple months. I like to get there in one shot. So even if you fly into Dallas, you still got to drive like 3 hours to get to Grambling. So that's one plane ride. But if you want to fly into Monroe is what they call it. That's still 2 flights. And then you still got to get a rental car. And then you still got to drive. It takes a minute to get there. Wow. Like, well, Howard is an hour away. You be like, all right, Howard.
Quick trip. Yeah.
It's all right. It ain't no Georgia Tech. This all right.
I love Howard. I some of my best friends, they graduated from Howard. I love Howard. We were just there a couple years ago for their homecoming. Howard's homecomings are legendary. Like I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, they definitely are.
What's the last time you went, Cass, to homecoming?
I want to say last year.
You went last year?
Yeah, she went last year.
I think so.
No, you was out of town. You was out of the office. You went.
Don't do that.
I don't know. I think it was last year. I mean, it's over the weekend. Like it's definitely on the weekend.
She was ski-weed.
No, it was definitely on a weekend. But
yeah.
Spelman and Morehouse homecoming is always cool.
Spellhouse. Yeah, Spellhouse. I've never been to a Spellhouse homecoming. But I hear those are legendary too. Like a lot of people come back for those.
Why not being from HBCU? I've always wondered why is there a separation of HBCUs? Like,
what do you mean?
I've noticed that it's either what we was talking about earlier in last week, how when people give back, they only give back to, they don't give back evenly. Like they give back to,
they shouldn't.
it's always Howard, so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so.
Oh, you mean evenly across the board for HBCUs, not evenly with PWIs.
Right.
Okay.
Because I know on a PWI, like our alumni, they give back to programs. They don't give back to well, I guess it's giving back to the school, but they give back to the actual program that they graduated out of. Do HBCUs do that, or do they give back to like the school as a whole?
Well, it depends, right? I think they give back to the school as a whole, and sometimes the school allocates which programs gets what, or sometimes donors can give back to a specific school, like the School of Business or something like that. It just depends, but like our producer was saying, some schools are just more popular. They, name recognition. Like you got your Tuskegees out there. Shout out to Tuskegee. What is it? TU. Our producer went to Tuskegee. My brother graduated from Tuskegee. My sister graduated from Tuskegee. So shout out to Tuskegee. But you got Tuskegee, you got Howard, you got sometimes Grambling, you got all the time FAMU. It's just a matter of how popular your school is. TU,
Yeah. And I think what people have seen is these major corporations giving back to the more popular HBCUs, like you say, just the more well-known ones. But definitely there's, a list of, I believe, over 100, a little over 100.
Yeah.
So there are countless out there.
And alumni.
What's the what?
Top 5 HBCUs.
Popularity wise, what's the top 5?
Of course, Howard. I would say Howard is not up there. Howard, Morehouse, Spelman.
FAM is probably up there.
FAMU is probably up there. Hampton,
yeah, I don't know. It's
Tuskegee, Grambling, maybe. It really does depend on your alumni too, because your alumni can donate and make sure that your school is on the forefront of things as well. So having a strong alumni helps.
Definitely.
All right.
Interesting.
What else we got, y'all? Melinda Johnson says many times HBCU donations from corporations are based on alumni donations as well. Yep. So this depends.
Well, the great Melinda, as she always says, is on her bumper sticker, is on her keychain, is on her wristband, is on her neck.
She said you better know it. She said you better know it. She said you better know it.
Spellman. Goddamn Spellman.
That's right, Melinda. Rep your school.
Like I swear, like it's on her computer. Spellman. Like I already know what Sky going. Spellman. Like Jesus Christ.
I already attend Spellman.
Right.
Right. I already go there. So hey, let me stop before I get beat up. Okay. Shout out to everybody checking in, man. Sharice Brown, Sylvester Canadian, and she already typing the blue hearts. We know.
Melinda?
Yep, we know. Spellman, all right. I love Spellman.
Okay, y'all. So go ahead.
No, I was gonna say shout out to LLC 1, C2, HH, Abby.
Okay.
Anyway, so we have another segment in Black History Inventor segment coming up. Let's see what we have going on right now. This is, can you guys guess who this is? Without reading the name. This is Lewis Howard Ladder.
What did he do?
He's a Black inventor. His notable inventions were process of manufacturing carbons, electric lamp, improvement in water closets for railroad cars, supported for electric lamps, early air conditioning unit apparatus for cooling and disinfecting, locking rack for hats, coats, and umbrellas, and a lamp fixture. So can y'all imagine life without some of the inventions that he is credited with? What about air conditioning? My kids cry. Look, I'm not about to sit up there and say that they don't. They sit up and cry all the time talking about, Mama, can you please turn on the air? No.
Yeah.
No, y'all be hot.
I like this.
No, but seriously, can you guys imagine living life without some of the things that not only Lewis Latimer has invented, but Black inventors, period. Like, what would life be like?
There's so many that people are unaware of also that you don't learn about, in school. There's a lot of Black inventors out there who really changed the game. So I like this segment. I think this is cool.
No, I think it's funny because if you take Portia's kids, right? If you take me, Cass, you take Portia's kids, you take the little kids of the day, like for something as simple as an iPhone. If can you imagine telling them, oh, there's no such thing as an iPhone? Like I'm so proud of Black culture back then, because I can't even fathom in my head the things that we have today that they did not have. Like the things that my grandparents did not have, I can't even process. What do you mean you don't have a car? What are you talking about? It's a car.
We don't have a phone.
A phone? No
internet. Pager, whatever.
What do you?
That's different.
Right. No internet? What you mean no internet?
Air conditioning. Open up the windows. Open up the doors. I'm playing.
Yeah. No air conditioning.
I saw a phone book. I saw a phone book, Cass, for the I think 2 years ago.
The yellow pages or the white pages? The white pages was for business.
Right.
Yellow pages was for everybody else. We had to look up phone numbers to see who was what. We had to do that.
That's crazy. Without this,
no man. Google.
You can't miss things you never had. Right.
That's true. Latimer, he lived from 1848 to 1928. And the inventions that we mentioned, those were only the ones that he was able to get patents for. What about all the other stuff that went on? And what about all the other stuff that that Black people did invent, but others took the credit for it?
A lot of those patents, those Black people didn't get credit for. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess entrepreneurship is this new form of, innovative spirit, I guess, that we have today.
Right.
Creating.
Right. What about the kids of
yesterday?
Who do we? Oh, yes. She was so super dope. What's her name, Cass?
We had it on Darling and Co.
Darling and Co. She was super dope. She had all of those inventions that we thought of when we was kids, but we didn't necessarily know how to implement. And she got her 4-year-old.
Lighting and running water and things like that. Those things are definitely exceptional, but you got to have that idea first.
Right. Absolutely. So shout out to her for coming on the show. She invented, and it's so simple, like stuff like a bowl with suction at the bottom so your baby can't pick it up and throw the bowl across the room. Like,
or even just like, those bibs they have the tray underneath, things when, we
my girlfriend has one
fall on your floor, but it catches the food underneath them. So simple stuff, but it's useful.
I just Googled something because I wanted to know. So this is gonna blow y'all away. August the 6th, 1991 is when people started first using the internet.
91?
1991 was when people first started using the internet.
Wow.
Well,
that's
I was what, 10?
Yeah, that's not even a long time ago.
I was like 10
Like-
years old then. Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to all the black inventors. I like that. Portia, bring more of that. I like learning about stuff like that.
We all should learn, but we should teach our kids how to be inventive. Like we need to take away some of these video games unless they're going to invent some video games and actually get paid for them. But
that's a good like class project. Like, what is something you need that you could solve a problem with?
Yeah, and we need to remind them of our rich history and let them know that they are the future. Y'all know how me start singing. Somebody cue up Whitney Houston.
Oh, wait. Because we wait on you to drop the album.
I believe. Y'all see my nigga say, I believe
the children of the future.
The children are our future. Teach them well. Let them lead the way. Show them all.
By the end of the year, Portia's gonna drop a cover album by the end of the year.
It's
I
cold.
promise you. She's gonna be on YouTube. She about to blow up on YouTube.
Listen, y'all, we have to give kids a sense of pride. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Show them. Okay, I'm stopping. Producer, please bring that up so I can just,
You don't.
She said no. No. I'm just letting y'all know that I decided long ago never to anyone's shadow, because if I fail or if I succeed, at least I will live doing the things that I believe, no matter what they take from me.
Facebook.
Take away my what, Cass? Dignity.
Y'all
don't know the song.
I was like, I feel like I heard this before. I'm trying to follow.
I'm just saying.
Sounds so familiar. Is this?
Like,
Yes.
sounds very familiar.
They was now speaking of singing, like that's when singing was singing, and that's when lyrics really meant something. You know, touching on what Cassidy said. I mean, not Cassidy. Carrie. Touching on what Carrie was talking about this morning when it comes to trap music and all that. Like back in like a Whitney song, when she said, I believe the children are our future, like really listening to those lyrics and having them resonate with you today. Like you was like, we was singing, we was programming our minds back then.
Well, you don't listen to Gucci?
No.
Mulatto? Travis Scott?
Now, Mulatto was on my radar because we did a cover on her. And we had conversations about her. So I know that she's the baddest from the South, SOUF. Yeah.
Drake?
I listen to Drake. Kiki. I listen to Drake.
Lil Uzi?
Yeah.
Who?
You can't go from Drake to that.
No.
Hey, come on.
Just checking. I'm just checking.
I don't know who Lil Uzi is. Vert. Lil Uzi Vert. That's who y'all talking about. But
Yeah.
Romeo, who you listen to? And give us some inspiration.
Right now, I am on my international game. So I'm listening to Bodak. I'm listening to PP Cocaine. I'm listening to
Davido.
Blackpink.
Burner Boy.
I like Davido. Davido, he's from Africa. I follow him on Instagram. Nigeria, yeah. Who?
Blackpink. These 6-7 Asian girls from Seoul, Korea. So
listen, they can y'all. So I follow BB Winans too. He was I think he was training this group. I'm not even sure who the group was, but I'm gonna have our producers pull the clip. But he had some people from I don't know where they were from, but they had just come from running, and they were obviously exhausted, tired, and he started singing the clip. It'll be all over in the morning, and they harmonized that perfectly after what looked like about a 2-hour run. I don't know, 2-mile run. It was crazy. They were on point. I'm gonna have Ashley bring that up. Let me find it for her right quick. But who else you listen to, Romeo?
And shout out to Ashley. I know she listened to Uncle Luke,
Don't do that.
Twins.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be trying to say what her age is.
She likes to twerk on the weekends to Meg the Stallion. So shout out to Ashley.
I do listen to Meg. I listen to Meg. I like Cardi. I like Cardi. And Meg. What y'all think about
like
Cardi? I love Cardi. Listen, Cardi has a message.
The song.
Which one?
You like the song?
I do.
The WAP song.
I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I do.
Okay.
There's some.
Okay.
But you know, we switch it up because we sing there's some chores in this house. So on Saturday mornings, we're putting on there's some chores in this house.
I've seen that. That was
I'm just saying.
That was a TikTok
for her.
Somebody get ain't no
what?
No chores in this house.
some chores in this house.
Some chores in this house. So I like Cardi. Y'all see Cardi is getting a divorce from her husband. What y'all think about that?
Yeah.
Her fault.
You said her fault?
Yep.
What?
Why, Romeo?
There were when they first started dating, there were 2 other altercations of infidelity. So
altercations, don't do that. But go ahead.
But there were 2 incidences of infidelity.
Okay.
You chose to stay. Like, here's my thing. And I love women. Cassidy, everybody knows I love women. You chose to stay in that at that point in time. No female is finna play me twice and then I stay in it and then be surprised I get played down the line. Come on, man.
Romeo, you don't think that people are being redeemed in redemption and given 2 chances, or you know what I'm saying? Like you just think, okay, fool me once, then shame on me, fool me twice. I mean, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on you. Did I say that right?
With me, fool me once, I'm good.
You fool me twice, shame on. Oh,
yeah, no, y'all know what I'm talking about. So you don't think people are worthy of forgiveness? I'm asking.
No, not when it comes to commitment that you make before God. You like, if hurt me while I'm dating, cool. Hurt me while we're getting to know each other, cool. But the point where we make a commitment to each other, we create life, we live, we grow. Like,
let me tell you something, Romeo. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for the person. So whether or not they did whatever it is that they did, you have to learn how to forgive people, because if not, it'll be like a cancer or poison eating at you. Yeah. So I want to put that out there. Now, in terms of being with someone for life and making that commitment and all of this and all of that, they don't necessarily have to be together. However, I don't have to hate you either. I don't have to dislike you. I don't have to not want to have to deal with you, because like you said, they did create life together. Sometimes people just go their own direction, and sometimes we as females want to be like, okay, we trust you and we think that you are the one for us, and we think that you're worthy of being forgiven twice, but sometimes we don't. Yeah. We're not all human. We don't know the answers. I mean, we're not all perfect.
You're imperfect people. Yeah.
And against him as well, why doesn't that direction come with even on him, hey, I did this, or hey, I think we should separate because I know I'm about to do this.
No, why would he do that? So guys, young guys with a lot of money, with a lot of stature and clout in the world or wherever they got it at, they tend to lead with their egos, right? And so that would have been too much right to say, I want to go my own way, because he want to have, like right now, honestly, Cardi is kind of like the baddest in the rap game, right? The ones she's hot. And so he like, I want the baddest one in the streets. I want her. And I want her. And I want her, and I want her too. Sometimes it
Yeah.
just be like that.
And what makes me sad though for women, because I love my Black women, is men do this to women and they get to walk away, right? But then the moment that, hypothetically, let's say Cardi B talks to somebody else, everybody mad. I guarantee you, the moment that Cardi B talks to somebody, it's the Nicki Minaj situation. Nicki Minaj, Dave Meek Mill. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, it's lovely and great. They break up. Nicki Minaj dates somebody else, and now, oh well, she ain't supposed to be doing that. It's kind of like a, it's like a stain. Huh?
Double standard. It is, but
yeah, it's a double standard they put on women that sucks.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
But kudos for her for having the courage to say enough is enough, and I'm good. Like, I'm straight. I'm not going to let my daughter see this. I'm not going to go through this. And I'm like I said, I don't think she hates him. I just think she wants it over.
Yeah.
Like you can't only forgive so much. Yeah, it definitely can be amicable.
Right.
Women, is cheating a forgiving factor? One time.
Yes. Cass?
It has never happened to me. I
don't know. I can't say. It's definitely something that rubs me the wrong way, but I can't say unless I was in that predicament how I would feel. But I do believe, forgiveness. I do believe forgiveness, but I don't know. Romeo?
I still want my $400 back. Hell no. Cass.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
What?
My date cost me $400. I still want my money back. No, you cheat on me. First of all, I look at it like this. You cheat on me, you cheating on God. I'm God's creation. And who wants to cheat on God?
Speaking of God, we got to move on from this conversation. Producers, can we pull up the video? This is the video I was alluding to earlier with BB Winans. And I don't know who this group is, but they sound amazing. Let's listen to all of the 1 minute and 10 seconds of it.
Look at that face.
Oh my God.
That face there. I made it, but I can't stand it. Oh, wow. Ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring. Why? 'Cause it'll be all over in the morning. In the morning. It'll be all over in the morning. Monday gets hard. Monday's a little bit hard. Hard on Monday morning.
Not a little bit.
Not a little bit?
It's not a little bit.
A lot of it. But ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring. Oh, 'cause it'll be all over in the morning. It's over, baby.
Sweat and sing.
Y'all hear that? How many? I don't know how many it is or how many it was of them. And I don't know what group that is. He's obviously training and singing them. I think as a, what the hell is wrong with Romeo?
Right.
Why are you looking like singer, you have to run and train and run and sing so that you can get your endurance up. I heard that somewhere before.
Wow.
I don't know, but I think he was obviously training them. But they sound amazing, don't they?
Yeah, they sound amazing.
I can harmonize like that.
They look like they just ran a marathon.
That's what I said. At least 2-3 miles, at least. And then after running that, you're able to hold a note like that and sing like that, and
your breathing is because that's about breath and your flow. Apparently, they are students who are staying with them, exchange students, international exchange students.
Okay,
probably.
I didn't know. Okay,
but now they're about to have a whole singing career.
I'm just saying. In the morning. Y'all, somebody give me a record deal. Somebody. I need it. Romeo, what's wrong with your face?
Why am I watching dudes sweat and sing?
That's what it was, just a clip. You were supposed to be listening to the harmonization, the sound.
I'm not trying to listen to no dudes sweat and sing.
Oh, Lord, Romeo.
That is not cool for dudes. I'm just saying.
Well, anyway, my point was they sound amazing after literally sweating. So maybe that's what I need to do.
Yeah, they definitely.
I guess so. In the morning.
Right. Maybe I need to go have BB Winans train me and train my vocal cords too.
Telling you. I mean, because he sounds good too in the morning after a 30-mile run.
But y'all know BB, you know, the whole Winans family,
Very talented.
Yeah, BB and
sure.
Winans. We interviewed Deborah Joy. We interviewed her on the Wine Up a couple weeks ago when Greenleaf was just about to have its season finale. And she was saying how she wanted to carve out her own lane, right? Because her family is known for singing, of course, gospel royalty here in Detroit, but around the world as well. But she was saying that she wanted to carve out her own niche in acting, but she kept bringing, or the universe kept bringing her back to singing, and eventually she ended up singing on Greenleaf. So she has an amazing voice too. Shout out
very
to the
talented family.
She's saying that all the same. Portia got an album coming out this October. Make sure you check out Portia Untapped. The wine down.
The wine up. So y'all know my son, my oldest son, he make beats, and so I'll be telling them to make me some beats. Y'all gonna be surprised. And then I see our producer putting out, should Portia be signed to a record deal? Girl, yes. Come on, D. D Shield's talking about Portia can sing. Thank you, girl.
Hey,
blame it.
You know what? I will make this a law. If Portia ever get on a track, I will spin the hell out of it. If Portia get on a track,
I'm just saying, please do.
For sure.
My Christmas album is coming. What y'all want to hear me sing?
You know what? I dare you. I dare you to do a
producer check-in. Well, actually, I got a producer upstairs, so he gonna make me a beat. What y'all want me to sing about?
I want you to do 5 classics. If you do a 5-song Christmas classic.
Okay, any genre. Y'all want
R&B?
R&B. Okay, I'll do some R&B.
All
I want for Christmas. All I want for Christmas. I'm gonna do that one.
I dare you.
Y'all said I'm here. Santa baby.
Santa baby.
Please come something to chimney tonight.
Man.
Y'all out here for it.
Okay.
But okay, so Cass, listen. So if I do my song, I'm gonna need for you to come do my backup. So
I cannot sing.
That's okay.
You don't want me on the back.
That's okay. So even yesterday when we were talking to Kirk Franklin, we were talking about how some of these new musicians use other stuff. So you could do that too. You could use what do they call them? Not a what does Kanye always use? It's not a synthesizer.
Use a machine. I'm like a beat.
No. Auto-tune.
Auto-tune.
Do auto-tune. Always Be My Baby. Yes, Nathan.
Not on no Christmas album.
Nathan, no help her. Nathan, no help her.
Nathan said, Always Be My Baby. Yes, I'm going to do that one too. So I got 3. Always Be My Baby.
Mariah Carey.
Santa Baby. This Christmas. I'm going to do that one too. And All I Want for Christmas Is You. Somebody write these down.
Okay.
Because I'm doing Rolling Out
Track.
Music presents a 1, a 2, 1, 2, 3, Jesus.
Monique.
1, 2, 3, Christmas.
A Christmas Christmas
Yes.
wind up with Portia Monique.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh, look who's tuning in. We got Mustard Seed on the beat. On the track. Mustard Seed, you coming in to chime in about my Christmas specials?
Why you always trying to put me in your stuff?
We doing rolling out music. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3.
Jesus!
Yes.
You haven't played my song in 20 years, Portia.
I don't understand it, Mustard. I don't.
You know what's so crazy, sir? I'm pretty sure you asked to have it queued up every day. Cue it up.
Mustard, did you hear the songs I'm doing for Christmas for rolling out music? Did you hear them?
I don't know that we consider you a music aficionado.
Everybody on Facebook is chiming in and asking
I think
me.
I think it should be Iris Baker's or Shirley Carter's playlist. I think you should let them contribute.
Absolutely. Yep. So we got Always Be My Baby. We got Santa Baby. We got All I Want for Christmas. And this Christmas, D Shield so that I can sing.
What about you, Cass? What did you add to the list?
Did I add one?
No, you're supposed to add one to the list.
Jingle Bells.
Oh, by who?
I don't know. It's just like a Christmas song. I don't know what.
You ain't got to worry about me.
I don't know all the names. Y'all said the ones I mainly know. Can't think of the names.
Okay.
White Christmas. Is that one?
Nothing to the list. White Christmas.
That's not one.
What about I Saw Mama Kissing Santa? It's already Christmas, y'all. We in September.
What song is that? Cassidy, White Christmas.
White Christmas.
What's your favorite hip hop Christmas song?
No.
What was the TLC song?
Hip hop.
Didn't TLC have a song? Destiny's Child got one.
Look, I need some. It's Christmas time in Hollis Queen. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens. That's all I know. Run DMC.
I'll be home for Christmas. That's one.
That's all I know. But it would be good. It'll go good with trusting him.
Yeah, trusting him. I don't know. Maybe you can find it.
That was supposed to be up.
Asking ye shall receive.
I don't think they're supposed to see that screen. I got
That's a fake out.
That was a fake out.
Damn it.
Nah.
Ye shall receive. Let's
Put
see.
up the sign, Cass.
This
Trust
is
in
my
it.
song. This ain't it. It's not it.
That ain't it.
This ain't it. That ain't the one. We need the one to say a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3.
Jesus.
Must have sent it to her. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all.
Use
I'm about to
flow.
see if I can find it.
Use flow.
Mm-mm.
Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Amir Shaw checking in.
Hey, Amir.
Melvin Claxton. David Alpha. D Shields. Yeah, we got you, D Shields.
G Shield said I could sing, y'all. Don't play.
Well,
He can act too. He sings, act.
Trusting him. Oh, I found it. Ashley, you got it?
I need all of y'all to go to rollingout.com. Go down to the last tab. I need you to type on
Let me see
Ride.
if this is it, y'all.
Look at the Ride app and let
Rolling Out
everybody-
Music presents Trust in Him. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Jesus!
Trust in him and let him know what's wrong. Take his hand and keep holding on. Trust in him, just like the Bible says. Be a servant and you won't regret. 'Cause he got power And he's got love for every one of us. All you really got to do is, you just gotta trust. I give it up to him. Give it up right now. Give it up to him. Give it up right now. Give it up to him. Give it up right now. Give it up to him. Give it up right now. Trust in him. Don't you dare doubt. Bring your burdens to the altar and lay them down. Yeah. If you want peace, he can guarantee. Yeah. He do it for you, for you, for you, just like he did it for me. 'Cause he got power that you'll never see. And he's got power this world cannot conceive. And he's got love for every one of us. All you really got to do is, you just gotta trust and give it up to him. Give it up right now. So give it up to him. Give it up right now. Now, give it up to him. Give it up right now. Give it up to him. Oh, give it up right now. Don't you fight that Holy Ghost that's moving your bones. Don't you fight that Holy Ghost, let it take control. Don't you fight that Holy Ghost, let it in your soul. Don't you fight that Holy Ghost, let it take control. Now give it up, 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 give it up. You got burdens, give them up. You got doubts, give them up. You got problems, give them up. Cause he got the power, so give it up.
All right. Shout out to Munson Steve.
Yes.
Shout out to Cass in the City, Portia Monique, Romeo International. See that, Cass? I don't know why they stopped playing my song.
I know.
I just want everybody to know that Munson produced, he wrote the lyrics, he produced it, he directed the video. That's his song, Rolling Out Music. Munson is an artist and creator.
You know, we got to create something in this moment. But we're going to create this comedy with Romeo so we can figure out our comedy shows for a ride on Friday and Saturday night.
And speaking of ride, like I was going to tell y'all earlier, go to rollingout.com, go to the last tab, hit that tab. You're going to see ride. Hit ride. When you see ride, you're going to see all of the special speakers that we got coming. You're going to see all the updates. Plus, you're going to see a whole campaign of all the guests that we got coming up on social media. So follow, like,
we got some
like.
great people, yes. Can't
Get
wait.
ready.
Can't wait. Also, tonight, ladies, we have a special Health IQ Ask the Doctor with Dr. Littman of the Atlanta Fibroid Center. They're going to be talking about everything you want to know about fibroids at 6 p.m. on Rolling Out, Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. Let's see if we can pull the flyer up. Hopefully we can get that flyer up. But Dr. Littman, he's a fibroid he's a doctor out of Atlanta, and he's going to have the fibroid queen on. She's a self-proclaimed fibroid queen. Her name is Phyllis Frempong. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. But they will be on tonight. Health IQ. Anything you want to know about fibroids? They disproportionately affect African American women. So, 6 p.m. Understand. I was looking for the flyer. Let me see if I can bring it.
Health IQ is cool. Read the chat.
I did.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Ashley.
What about Ride? So, Munson, who do you have in store for Ride?
Everybody that you've written down on that sheet that you share with us, obviously, we've got Pinky, we've got all the great ladies that were all in jail during the Breonna Taylor that have given up to talk about movement. Obviously, if you're trying to raise capital, we've got Don Dixon. Obviously, if you really want to know how to master your mind, we've got a whole young brothers, including Steve Canal. So when you think about Ride, think about the best and the brightest coming to actually share. We talk about innovation. We got an entire innovation lab from Miller Coors who's bringing that forward to talk about how and why and what it takes to launch your brand in an innovative way in less than 6 months on a national scale. So it's a great time. I'm really proud of the individuals that we have coming. It's an exciting time for our community, and be sure to tune in. Cassin City will be hosting half the segments. She'll be the moderator for many of the presentations since she can't just hold the mic this time in person. We'll allow her to moderate some of the panels because she's a great moderator. DJ Romeo International will find us some superstars. I'm sure he'll get somebody from Ghost. Laz Alonso, who is on Ghost as well.
Power. Okay. We know what you were talking about. I just wanted to be.
What's the name, Romeo?
The Boys.
Yeah, but you said Ghost. I thought you was talking about Power with Tariq, because we were talking about that earlier.
What's the name of Tariq's show, Romeo?
Ghost Book 2.
I want you to say it loud and clear, and
it's not Ghost Book 2. I thought it was Power Book 2. Hold on. Y'all just
excuse me, Cassidy. We need you to chime in here, Romeo.
I'm not certain. So I don't know.
You don't even watch the show, Portia.
Hold on. And Laz Alonso is actually on the show.
That's what I'm talking about.
And the boy.
Hold on, because y'all don't even know.
No,
Power Book 2 is the name.
Ghost Book 2.
No, it's Power Book 2.
No, it's called Power Book 2 Ghost, according to Stars.
Yes.
Thank you, Cassidy. I'm gonna call you Cassidy.
It ain't P Valley. It ain't what? Where's P Valley?
Cassidy. It's still
Power
of Ghost.
Okay.
So,
right.
Trying to give y'all the
Power Book 2
Ghost.
Where's P Valley at? Didn't we ask for P Valley? Yeah.
I don't think she has anybody from P Valley coming to Ride yet. So
we were in talks with them.
All right. So anyhow, the whole idea of having a wonderful time. But I was just sharing with you that on Ghost, Laz is actually on that show, as well as, of course, The Boys, which is the #1 show streaming on Amazon. #1 show, Laz Alonso. They've introduced a Nazi character. They're talking about racism and superheroes. So just in case you want to know, the culture is coming through. There is something there for all of us to understand this proposition. But #1 song with leading man Laz Alonso on that #1 show on Amazon right now, #3 show in the world.
Right.
The Boys.
And let me give Munson and Laz a pat on the back. Cassidy, no, I'm a comic book Marvel DC like aficionado. This is a really good show, people. Like it's a really good show with really good content. Y'all need to watch it. Yes, it got superheroes, Cass, but you got to watch it anyway.
Well, I think before we go into positive thoughts, I think we're at that time. But where can people register for Ride? Since we're talking about it, how can people attend?
We're going to roll out and
Ride.rollingout.com. Ride, RIDE.rollingout.com.
Let's go today and ride. Thanks, Cass.
No problem.
Positive thoughts?
We'll start with you, Portia Monique. Do not read.
Positive thoughts. Today is Thursday, one more day till Friday, and my positive thoughts are, and I'm not reading. I'm quoting Oprah Winfrey. I love Oprah. I will be the next Oprah. I'm gonna put that out there in universe. Do you hear me? You have to know what sparks the light in you so you can illuminate the world. One more time. You have to know what sparks the light in you so that you can illuminate the world. I am passing the ball to Cass in the city.
Positive thoughts. Well, I'm looking at something now that I just saw pop up, just about creating a schedule and kind of sticking to it, putting meditation into your day, which is something that Carrie talked about earlier. So that's what I'm going to say. Take a moment today to meditate, clear your mind, and focus on some of the things you want to accomplish. I'm going to pass it to Romeo.
I really hate saying this with a passion, but Portia gave me some new knowledge today. I encourage everybody to learn, figure out your Black inventors from the past. Take time today, tomorrow, to learn Black inventors from the past who helped create your future. And I hate saying that because Portia brought it up. But I pass the ball to Mustard Steve.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to go and check out Ride. Thanks, Romeo International, Cast in the City. Yeah, reinvent yourself every day in a positive way. Don't look back, look forward, be forward in your day. So reinvent yourself today and know that you can always be a better you, but love yourself first so that you know that you did the first thing that's most important. Loving yourself to reinvent a better you every single day. We are rolling out AM, the wake up call. Wake up, everybody. And that means don't sleep, be woke. And Portia had something to say.
I was just going to start singing again. Wake up, everybody. Time to dum 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 dum.
Why don't you make a new song and have it go like...
Hey, dun, 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 dun. I'm passing it to Cass.
What?
Joy
what?
and poverty.
I don't remember the word. I know. Everybody. I'm more sleeping in bed.
First of all, I'm with Cass. What? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What?
She
I know the
went
first
to old
5 words.
Teddy Pendergrass and she had no clue what the words were, but it was so soulful. And then she got to that, and then Catherine Miller, get a little better. She gave it that, and then you forgot the na 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 na
Na na na na na na na. Yeah, I don't know nothing about Teddy Pendergrass. Shout out to Philly.
You can change the world.
Hey, shout out to Brent Reborn. Thank y'all for checking in. I'm gonna let y'all deal with Portia and her new album. Don't forget Christmas, the wind up is coming this November. Right, Portia? This November.
It's gonna be Christmas. It's gonna be Christmas.
Okay.
It's gonna be Christmas.
All right, everybody, we love
album
you.
coming.
See you tomorrow. Rolling out.
Romeo
International, Cast in the City, Portia, Monique. We'll see you.
All right, y'all. See y'all tomorrow.
Y'all don't encourage Portia to sing. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Ron, if you could pull, I'm on a call now with Ryan and those guys. Go ahead. I know you and Melinda did August. I know they're shooting on Friday for September. But if you pull August, I know, and just let me know where Pretty V is, because I know that's still growing. But just give Mel those numbers so we can do it. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, she just texted me.
What's happening, everybody?